So we're looking at most popular.
Most popular.
Oh yeah, wait, first of all, number one. Oh fuck.
What?
Wait, it's Berserk is still the most. Okay. Wow.
What's up?
That's top manga, not most popular.
Yeah, let's go to most
Okay,
popular.
wait, hold on. Before we click it. What's the most popular?
Well, I just saw it. It's Berserk.
Sorry, it's
Wait,
Berserk.
is it really?
Yeah.
Oh shit. Oh fuck.
Yeah, so go to most popular, go.
This is a vibe.
Yeah, it's Berserk.
And you know, I can definitely see why. Like I said, Berserk is the manga that gets
Okay.
people into manga.
So what I'm taking away from this is popularity equals good.
No.
Yes. Number one, all round.
yes,
Most popular, the best show.
yes.
Sure.
Yes.
Yes.
Number 2, Shingeki no Kyojin. Obviously,
Wow,
that's
I'm actually-
popular and good.
Well, I'm surprised that it's got more members than One Piece.
Yeah. Here's the thing. Amongst like Mao users,
Among
like if this was actually how popular manga is, right now Jujutsu Kaisen and One Piece would be towering above everyone
true. Yeah.
globally right now. Along with like Demon Slayer and all that shit.
Tokyo Ghoul is number
I would like to say Tokyo Ghoul at
What?
number 5.
That's
most
wild.
popular.
That's wild.
I'm
actually
kind of
wild.
like, this list is kind of whack.
How big was Tumblr back in the day? What?
Okay, so
What?
like, I'm also shocked about in that sense that Chainsaw Man is so high up, given that its success was only recent. Really?
No,
I'm not.
I'm not
I'm
surprised
not.
because I think nowadays when you're talking about great manga, I feel Chainsaw Man gets brought up way more often than not.
Do you not remember when the Chainsaw Man anime adaptation, like when that got announced, that got way more hype than when Jujutsu Kaisen first launched?
Yeah,
100%.
100%.
Jujutsu Kaisen was just like, you know, everyone was like, oh, what's this new shonen anime thing? And everyone was talking about Chainsaw Man when they came out or got announced. And the reason for that is because everyone loved the manga of Chainsaw Man.
Chainsaw Man was already goated from the manga stage.
Yeah. And the hype came from the manga, whereas Jujutsu Kaisen, it was more of like, it was an explosive growth, but it didn't come until like about like 12, 13. Like
Yeah.
Yeah, but I
episodes
mean,
in.
that's quite an impressive feat to be nearly basically as popular as One Piece by this metric.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
it's
mean,
It's kind of insane.
I
Yeah,
mean,
because there's quite a bit of a jump between Chainsaw Man and Tokyo Ghoul.
Just because
Yeah.
it makes me think that, like, I wonder how, like I was saying at the start, how the type of users that normally use Mal, how that affects how the popularities and the rankings stack up.
Yeah.
Solo leveling at number 6. I'm also kind of
What the
surprised by
fuck?
that.
what the fuck?
I think again, this
That's
is
What
a,
the
kinda
fuck?
wild.
That's kind of
wouldn't this be also a push from the anime adaptation?
no. I don't think so.
No?
I
I mean, I knew
You could,
Solo
probably, you could probably
Leveling.
go way back. Actually, yeah. Check this link in Wayback Machine.
Because I knew Solo Leveling was always in the manhwa world, has always been like one of the more popular picks or the
Yeah.
one that's more talked about. But I feel like a lot of people might have gotten onto the manhwa who maybe previously never read any manhwa because of the recent anime.
I mean, we can straight up just look now.
Yeah, I don't know.
There'll be a Wayback Machine.
I-
we can just go
I-
back.
I
when
think-
did it start? I just go to 2023 sometime.
I think the anime got adapted because it was so popular.
Yeah, any of
because
them.
otherwise, why would it?
just click any of those blue things.
Why would
then click
why would they start
the
adapting
number.
manhwa?
That's
Right.
true.
So we can actually tell.
Yeah, we can actually tell like
Someone-
worldwide.
Okay, hold up.
Hold up, it's cooking. It's cooking. Temporarily.
Yeah, submit.
restricting site.
Submit that you're not a bot.
Click the. No, you had it.
No, you had it.
Yeah.
You had it. You just had to click submit. You just submit to your overlord.
Yeah.
Submit.
Let's see what it says. Oh no, it might
letting
it
you
might
do
not.
it?
Yeah,
I guess
because
why-
it's not
it's
going
like
to-
a Wayback Machine, so maybe that's
Fuck,
just
this
part of the
sucks.
coding.
Try
Try the next one. Are you watching Solo Leveling right now?
I have not heard great things.
Well,
Yeah.
it's only episode 7.5. That
Well,
was like
I
the
heard
big,
that like everyone was like super pumped, and then they had like episode 4 or something that was like a wash.
Oh,
and then
was it?
Apparently, it was something like it was like a nothing episode. It was a filler episode.
I think I've
Oh no, it was like episode 7, I think.
Solo
Something.
Leveling's
people
still
were
number
pissed
8.
off. Yeah, it's still number 8,
Yeah,
but
still
it's
number-
climbed to how many favorites in the past year? It's
So
gained
it's
quite a lot.
411,000 members as opposed to 482,000
I mean, the anime's
members.
definitely helped,
Yeah, 100%.
but I heard the anime is people aren't happy with it. I don't know if I'm crazy. I saw a lot of criticism. I didn't see. A
I
lot
mean,
of good
people
things.
weren't happy with it because there was a recap episode at like episode
That's
7.
crazy.
episode
Yeah.
7.5.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's like what?
Yeah. So it became the lowest rated anime episode on Crunchyroll in the history of Crunchyroll.
That's fucking wild. That is a crazy move to do
which is wild. But I'm also flabbergasted that it is this high up and this highly rated as well.
Yeah. 8.67 higher than
8.67 is a very, very high rating, and it's
I've never read the original manga, so I don't know.
It is got it's like the Demon Slayer of the manga world, where that's
such a slight. That's so dirty.
I mean,
to call something that.
It has got amazing fucking art
right
and amazing action scenes and gets you hyped like no end. I cannot remember any of the character names.
Is it the finer details that are a little bit whatever, or?
This is one step away from being a power fantasy isekai.
You lost me.
Look, let me break it. Let me break it down to
mid.
You. I don't think it's mid. Mid. Like
too harsh.
Maybe
mid
overrated slightly.
I think it's slightly overrated.
Okay.
Because a lot of people, they're like, "Yo, Solo Leveling, it's fucking gas," and I'm like, okay, yes, it has got amazing action scenes, amazing art. I don't know what else, like what other original things it brings to the table, or what else it like excels at. Because I've recently got into like a lot of manhwa, and I feel like a lot of manhwa get a pass just because the level of quality in writing in manhwa is just so much worse than what you'd find in anime.
Right.
A lot of it is like very trashy power fantasy stuff.
Sure.
And Solo Leveling stands out just because, you know, it's still very much a power fantasy story, but it does one thing really well, and that's get you fucking hype.
Yeah.
But break it down further.
You know what gets me hyped? A recap episode. Nothing gets me more rock solid.
I need to see this story again.
That's like being halfway through a course at a restaurant and being like, let's all just talk about the food that we had.
Yeah.
Quick,
Let's come together and recap.
Let's all have a recap of the food and say our highlights and lowlights. And it's like, bro, we still got 4 more courses.
Yeah.
Which is the thing. Like, have you seen a lot of people talking about the Solo Leveling adaptation?
Only bad things.
It's
I've
heard the controversial things.
I've heard people be like, yeah, I'm kind of falling out of it. I'm not really into it anymore.
I think it's because I've said this before, but like if Solo Leveling was to get like an adaptation to live up to its original manhwa, it would need to be like Jujutsu Kaisen Season 2 level of animation.
Oh Lord.
For it to like get the same levels of hype. And having watched the first like 7 episodes of Solo Leveling, it's good. Like it's not bad animation. It's still like pretty damn good animation, but it's not like holy shit. Like I got it. Like this is one of the best things I've ever seen. Levels of animation, and I think that is really making people aware of everything else that the story is bringing, which is not as much as other contemporaries on this list. So One Punch Man.
That's a vibe. That is actually a vibe.
What's the vibe? Hype?
Just fucking cool.
I think you're just a simp to Murata Yusuke.
I am.
I think anything Murata Yusuke draws is a vibe.
I mean, because like in a weird sense, One Punch Man, we have the original version.
The web manga.
Yeah,
version.
the web manga, which is great. But you know, to me, I don't find that as engaging. And I think, but the comedy aspect's still there. It just gets elevated so much by the amazing art style.
Yeah.
Which accumulates into making a great vibe.
Fair enough.
One Punch Man has some of the hardest fucking panels I've ever seen in the medium.
Yep.
Here's the thread of manga panels that go hard.
Yeah. It's always a One Punch Man panel.
Always One Punch
Fucking
Man.
hate those threads.
So yeah, this also definitely deserves to be up there as well.
Also, biggest W so far. Oyasumi Punpun above Boku no Hero Academia.
I cannot believe that Oyasumi Punpun is the 8th most popular manga. I knew it was one of the greatest. I have not read it, obviously, but I know obviously what everyone says it's considered one of the greats. But didn't know it was one of the most popular as well.
Again, I think it kind of gets the same treatment as Chainsaw Man in the sense that when people discuss great manga that haven't gotten adaptations yet, you know, at least Chainsaw Man at the time. like it's Oyasumi Punpun is just one of those manga that always gets brought up in like the goats of manga.
Yeah.
So I think that it's purely just from like word of mouth in the community.
Yeah. It's one of those stories that you've heard people talk about. You might not have read it, but you've heard if you have an interest in manga, you've heard people talk about it. Whereas Boku no Hero Academia, you're like, this is
I refuse to call it that. It has an English name. I'll use the English one. I'm still pissed off at Mal. They do this.
My Hero Academia. Which how highly is this rated? My Hero Academia go down.
8.06.
8.06. And Kimetsu no Yaiba just below it. Is Jujutsu Kaisen going to be in number 11? Oh, okay.
Oh, Naruto's above it.
Close. Yo.
Yeah, but when we check in next week.
When we check in
it'll
next
be in the
week.
top 10.
Yeah. So we have all of the recent shonen mega hits right there, slapped down right next to each other.
That's crazy to think that My Hero Academia has more readers than the Naruto manga. But I guess Naruto was so TV heavy, at least in Western perspectives.
Oh, yeah.
I feel like it's only recently that manga has gotten more popular.
I mean,
in the international field, because
you've been around for a while in the anime.
Yeah,
what was it like way back when, Grandpa Gaunt?
What was it like way back when? You'd have way more people watching and talking about anime, but it felt like when people talking about manga was very few and far between.
Right.
And now there seems to be way more of like a manga kind of field where a lot of people would just purely read manga. But before, it felt like there were only a few people who like purely really loved manga as like an art form and just like dedicated to actually finding hidden gems in manga. And the majority was people just reading manga just to catch up to their latest anime.
Yeah.
Which I don't know if you felt the same thing, Joey.
That's how you get manga pilled. Your show doesn't finish or doesn't end. You're like, I need to know.
Yeah,
I mean, I totally agree with what you just said. Because when I was first starting off, like, I always made it a mission just personally to be like, there's so much fucking manga out there that nobody is talking about that should be discussed more in the broader anime community.
Yeah.
Maybe not that. That gets enough videos. We don't need any more Jujutsu Kaisen videos. But like, there's so much out there that is probably never going to get noticed otherwise. Why not talk about those series? Because they're just as great, if not better, than a lot of shows out there.